Psalm 27. I want to say thank you to the church for the pastor appreciation gift. It was greatly appreciated. We thank you very much. God's good, isn't he?
Amen.
All the time. We've been talking about some ghosts that we have to deal with in our life. We've talked about the ghost of fear. We've talked about the ghost of regret. Last Sunday, Ebba was talking Sunday evening, I guess, and she said, "You got another ghost?" I said, "Yep." I didn't tell her what it was. Because it's one that I've been struggling with a little bit, and because there's this haunting that we deal with in our lives, one of these spiritual battles that we face, and it's this concept, this idea of rejection. And so we call it the fear of rejection. But it's also that fear of failure. And I thought, well, how do those two tie together? Because a lot of times, because we're afraid of failing, it will paralyze us, and we just won't do anything. And I said, well, it's closely related, because the fear of failure is that rejection that you're going to receive or that you're going to feel after that. And so we struggle with that. I believe this is something even after we give our lives to Jesus Christ, after we surrender to Him, that Satan will come at us and he will attack us with this idea of not being good enough. Anybody ever feel that way? Have you ever felt like you didn't measure up? At whatever position it was. Maybe it was as a wife or a husband or a father or a mother. Maybe it was as a child or an employee. But we've all gone through those moments of rejection. And I really think it's something that haunts us, because it's not the event that terrifies us today. It is the whispers of that event that echo through our life. The best example I know is if you had a parent that made a negative comment towards you, that you received it as a form of rejection. It still echoes, and you still hear that, and you still wonder, am I enough? Amen? Now, Psalms 27 is an interesting book. Some have suggested that it should be 2 chapters rather than just 1, because it is so different at the end from what it is at the beginning. But I think it's supposed to be that way, because I think it shows us how a single day could be. One day where you begin and maybe things aren't going the way that you want, but God speaks to you. Listen, Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, come upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock, and now shall my head be